Hello.
Good morning.
How else do you say good morning? I'm so tired right now, and so are you.
Well, here's the deal. I even asked Curt, I'm like, why is it so dark in this room? And I'm like, oh, because there's no sunlight because it's so early when we're recording this because you have to go to the airport.
Yes, we're starting an hour, give or take, earlier than usual, so it is a little dark, and we are a little tired. But it is still Curt and Jen in the morning podcast. Thank you for being here. I was going to say
we're
so
here
early,
for you, you're here for us, and we love it all.
because they're not up an hour and a half early.
No.
Same time for them. Heading to San Diego later on. So thank you for being willing to get up a little early.
You didn't even do your hair today.
That's because it's packed. The hair stuff is packed in the luggage and ready to go. So this is a no hair gel day.
You don't even use spit or anything.
Well, you weren't here. I would have used your spit.
Gross.
It wasn't even gross. You brought it up. But that does bring up something that I just want to share with, when you tell Jen, I need to be, gone by X amount of time. Today it's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
That means in the car, driving away from the house at 5. Not we're done with the show at 5.
I know. Listen, what time is it? 4 a.m. or 4:10 a.m. And
Yes.
Here we go.
All right, let's do it. It is one of those days. Has this ever happened to you? I'm so tired. Even the simplest things. In the shower, I shampooed twice.
Yes, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I've done that where it's like, did I put on face cream already?
No,
did I?
Here it is again.
You question everything.
That's today. So there could be some fun things that happen on the show because I'll be even more ridiculous than usual.
Hopefully you can sleep on the plane, Curt.
Here was the idea I had yesterday.
Okay, tell me.
I thought as I was driving home, and I was behind a person who legitimately was just learning to drive, and they had the patient's new driver sticker on the back. And it was an older person, but I could tell, they were trying very hard and focusing and what have you, even though they were driving super, super slow, which is sometimes almost as dangerous as
yes, for
driving
sure.
too fast.
That's the thing.
But then I thought, that's a good way to get away with anything driving. I should put a patient's new driver sticker on all my vehicles.
So when you're driving really fast?
I just let him go. He's a new driver. Good luck.
I don't even have one of those on my car. I'm like, Mace, should I put one of those on my car? She's like, please don't, Mom.
I'm surprised you didn't say caution old driver. That's what I should have on mine. Because it was old enough driver and new driver are about the same thing as far as their driving abilities go.
Speaking of driving, I got to drive a hot firefighter boyfriend's his new truck.
His F-450 Ford pickup
Super
truck,
duty, manly.
straight from the bowels of hell.
So I got to drive it, and the only reason I don't even want to drive it because it's a dually, and so it's extra wide. Mm-hmm. But we were driving into my neighborhood,
right?
And I'm like, both Macy and I are like, oh. He's like, what? I'm like, the brakes are squeaking.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Okay, yes, I think it was the brakes.
Okay, it wasn't you rubbing against cars as you went up the hill. That's good.
No, okay, I wasn't driving at this point. And he's like, what? I can't hear it. So his hearing has gone, it's disappearing, right? The high level. And so I'm like, okay, let me drive and you put your head out the window and listen to the squeak because it's like you can't not hear it.
You can't not hear it, except for those of us that...
And so we went around the block 2 times. Macy actually recorded with her phone the sound and he still could not hear it. It's crazy.
That's sad. That's no good.
It's no good.
Well, at least he has you with your good hearing, because when Dana, and this is true after years on radio, headphones loud, and of course I worked in clubs for many, many years. So, and we were growing up, it wasn't like, okay, we should stop and get some earplugs or some foam before we go to the concert. You just went.
Yeah.
And it was loud. And
that's
now
what he was saying. Between the power tools he uses... Mm-hmm. and has used all his life, to when he was machining, to when, the sirens of he's driving the fire truck.
Yep, it happens.
Yeah.
For me, it was, if you're not watching the video, you can't see this, but when you're mixing in the club, you got one ear, right, and a headphone on, and the other ear, you're listening to a monitor at full volume. So this ear, my left ear, I think, if I'm sleeping with my left ear on the pillow, nothing in the right. So Dana will say something that says, now, if the other way, I can hear okay.
Wow, that is so interesting to me.
And now I just made it even more of a bummer. But it's okay.
My ex-husband would always say, I have proof that I cannot hear your high octave voice, Jen. Here it is. Mm-hmm. And he was a police officer, so.
I tried this and it didn't work because Dan was like, didn't you hear me? Maybe you can't hear so good. And I said, well, maybe you didn't actually say what you thought you said.
Oh.
Isn't it possible?
It's possible.
It's not that I didn't hear
probable.
It's that you didn't say it. That didn't go over well.
Wow.
All right. Tell me about Tay-Tay.
Oh, right. So yesterday we were talking, I was trying to get you to tell me the statistic because I had heard on the radio, actually, that she had broken a record with her current album that's out, The Tortured Poets Department.
Right.
So it's been at #1 for 12 consecutive weeks, and she set another chart milestone. Not only has that album beat the 11-week record of her 2 other albums, 1989 and Fearless, but it's now the only album by a female artist to debut in the top spot and remain there for so long. Previously, I know, right? Yay! Mm-hmm. The previous record was held by Whitney Houston for her 1987 album that's called Whitney. You thought it was
Whitney.
Bodyguard, and it was her Whitney
I just
album.
said Bodyguard, but yeah, Whitney.
Her Whitney, yeah.
Because that's how we found out that the children were our future. That was when I found that out. Isn't that song on that album?
Yes, I think.
The Greatest Love of All?
I believe the children are our future.
I have no idea what album it was on. I just know that I changed the station whenever it comes on.
Do we want to mention the other 2 albums that had been sitting at that record?
Yes,
or no,
it was.
No, their first 12 weeks after being released, because she's the top female, right?
Right. The only 2 other albums remained at #1 for their first 12 weeks. Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, amazing. And then Morgan Wallen's One Thing at a Time.
The country singer.
Yeah. What was that?
19 weeks in the top spot, his album. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. And was that a few years ago, right?
Yeah,
he's Morgan Wallen's relatively young.
Yeah, relatively newer artist.
Well,
wow.
It turns out I can't speak for Morgan Wallace, but if
Wallen.
What did I say? Wallace? I'm sorry, Wallen. Again, early.
You didn't even drink coffee?
No, I haven't had time.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Not even for my morning,
Okay, why is T-Swift good for your health?
It turns out, especially if you struggle with body issues, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, they found, and this is a study at the University of Vermont, that fans of Taylor Swift who highly connected with her were influenced to positively change their behavior or attitudes about eating or their body image because of Taylor Swift's disclosures and messages in her music.
When does she sing about her body?
Taylor has been open in the past about dealing with an eating disorder, and the song You're on Your Own, Kid. You're on Your Own, Kid. She talks about starving her body.
Wow, did she personally struggle with
right here, she had an eating disorder earlier.
No way.
Yeah, we didn't know that because she's been you know what? We haven't listened to this song. We got to listen to You're on Your Own, Kid. And see what that's all about.
Okay.
So this study found that fans seemed to take inspiration from the fact Taylor had recovered from disordered eating and subsequently appeared to be thriving. Finally, Taylor Swift can do more to change attitudes with a few sentences than we can do on our entire careers.
Okay, well, that's inspiring.
It is inspiring.
Not personally, but for her, yeah.
More impact that Taylor Swift is having in ways we didn't even know.
I do love that she has such a positive impact. I'm not discounting that.
Oh, no,
I'm just saying if her few sentences can make more of an impact.
If you're young, the Taylor Swift thing is, I can't even use the word epic. Control is the wrong word. What she has done with her platform,
her impact
is
an influence.
Really, you have to go back to like the Beatles or Elvis Presley to find somebody that's made that much of a dent in social culture, popular culture, and whatnot. So good for her, and it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Even though people try to be haters, I don't get it.
Can we just be super excited about
your topic?
Are people showing up for us when we ask a question? I mean, seriously, this means a lot to me and Curt when we put a question out there and you take the time to respond.
And we appreciate that from yesterday.
Grateful.
Again, feel free to like and follow and all that kind of stuff. But particularly, feel free to comment on our little subjects here. And yesterday, you had a great one, Jen. You said, because you have something to offer as well. Jen said, what is your favorite summertime treat? And I believe by summertime treat, you mean refreshing, cools you off on a hot day.
At first I was thinking, like ice cream novelty treat. And then you brought up, well, what if it's a frozen margarita? And I'm like, well, that's a game changer.
That's right, because then your eyes lit up. You're like, oh.
Because at first for me, it was going to be an ice cream sandwich. Like, that's my favorite ice cream novelty treat.
I might say The ice cream sandwich is pretty good.
Strong. It's delicious. And not all ice cream sandwiches are created equal. They are not.
What's the difference between one ice cream sandwich and the other ice cream sandwich?
Because it's the quality of the ice cream in the middle and the quality of the cookie on the outside. Because some of them are like crunchy, soggy though, and some of them are like perfection.
The face you made when you said crunchy, soggy. And I do have to be careful off subject because my hair will turn into Eddie Munster with that little point at the front. Okay, I'll just go ahead and do it now.
Just do it, Curt.
I'll do it
So
now,
so hot.
If you're watching, you can.
Oh my God! Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let's go through this because we had a lot of people respond, and it's going to give me some real good ideas on what I should be doing.
Your icy boozy drink.
So easy. So seriously, in a blender. Mm-hmm. It can't be that terribly many calories. Well, maybe. You put a bunch of ice. Gotta have ice. Then you pour equal parts, and I don't measure, I just pour, I just count. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4 banana, 5 banana, 6 banana.
So count 6 bananas.
Or 8, if you like it boozier, of Bailey's and Kahlua.
Well, that's called a Bailey's and Kahlua.
And then you put some chocolate sauce in it.
Or a Kahlua and Bailey's.
And a splash of half and half. Blend it up, and it is the best tasting, slushy yumminess you've ever had in your mouth. It's a party in your mouth.
Party in your mouth.
Yeah.
All right. Let me put a check mark by that.
Okay. Tell me what other people said. Well,
again, thank you for showing up, as Jen says. Lynn says, you know what? Popsicles.
Yeah.
Share it, love it. Popsicles are perfect.
Break it, share it, love it.
Which I believe Peggy Olson agreed with that. Is that right?
Who's Peggy Olson?
This name right here, Peggy Olson.
Okay.
Agreed with Lynn, or Lynn wants her to know about it.
Janet said all the fresh fruit. Mm-hmm. I can't get enough of it. And I know for a fact that Janet is very healthy. So good for you, Janet. Maybe I will be inspired by that.
Honestly, before we're done, I gotta agree with Janet because that's the right answer. That's the right answer.
It is really good fruit.
It should be the right answer.
Yeah.
However, my actual answer is
I'm drinking alcohol or eating ice cream sandwiches, and I wonder about things in my body. Okay.
Yes. By the way, mine we didn't cover yet. Have you ever had a drumstick?
Yes.
Same.
Do you have there's so many different varieties
you have to
now.
Be, exactly.
What kind do you like?
Higher quality. What's got to have not just ice cream inside the cone, but also the little caramel down there.
Oh, you like the caramel kind.
So that would be mine. Okay. Brian, and he also included a picture of this. This is Brian, the movie guy, by the way.
Yes, it is.
He said strawberry shortcake ice cream bars. And
I'm yucking his yum. Blech.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I think it's great.
You love it?
You're yucking. Okay.
I'm yucking.
Nancy said fresh berries from Redmond Saturday Market. She's being specific.
Any farmer's market, and you're supporting local farmers, and you get fresh berries. Nancy, good.
Marilyn, did you read this?
Well, no, she just is saying to me, pasta salad.
And family recipe.
Marilyn, if you have a family recipe for a pasta salad, please share. We want to hear it. Or see it. I want to see it.
And Amy said peaches and nectarines.
'Tis the season.
And Faye said, you know what? Wine spritzers. Oh, wait, that's all year.
And I like your style.
Yes. Then Jen
also said
Chardonnay. Then, oh, wait, that's year round. And then Anne agreed.
A different Anne agreed with Jen.
So there's several people saying Chardonnay and our wine spritzers. Let's get on to Andrea.
Andrea said fruit salad with all the berries. So a lot of fruit. I like this, you guys. You're so healthy.
And look at all the berry emojis she put on here. Those are all the berries.
I like Becky's. She loves to sit by a fire, eat s'mores, and drink Chardonnay.
Now,
What's this next one?
No, I was going to say about Becky. Love that. That to me, though, sitting by a fire and eating s'mores is more of a fall thing.
Oh, for you?
Yeah. Because it's because
I know there's a lot of bonfires though in the summertime. Yeah. Tara, Rainier cherries, yes. Mm-hmm. Watermelon with tahini. I don't know that I've ever tried that. Maybe I have. Tahini. Yeah, I think I have once. You know what tahini is? That spice. Okay.
So this is all together: Rainier cherries, watermelon with tahini, Bud Light, lime, and berry cobbler.
Berry cobbler.
I think that's all one thing.
No, it's not. It's separated with commas. Punctuation is key.
I see. Okay, so you got the cherries, the watermelon, a Bud Light lime, and berry cobbler.
Yeah, those are all the things she likes. Those are her favorite summertime treats.
Ina, great. Dairy Queen Banana Blizzard 365.
Banana Blizzard? I've never had it. Ooh, Ina. Okay.
And I don't think it's called, I think she means 365 a year.
Trina, who I know, she and her husband are big fans of Chick-fil-A. Love the peach milkshakes. That's a seasonal thing.
I'm going to have to try that because I've never had that one.
Ooh, root beer floats.
Judy is dead on with root beer floats.
Yes.
Root beer floats. Eric, just watermelon. You know what? And how can you go wrong? Watermelon is like, how much % water? 98?
I don't know. It's good. And I'll tell you what, I went to the grocery store, and remember when we talked about how to pick out the perfect watermelon?
Right.
I went back to that to revisit, like, what did we say about that?
Oh, you just looked it up?
And I did, and it was so delicious. Seriously.
Was it get the ones that don't have a big white spot on it because they've been resting on that
Not
side?
white. It can't be a white spot. It has to be as like yellowy orange as possible. And the veins of it need to be spread wide apart, not close together. And I did that, and both Pat and I were like, "Oh,
perfect.
This is watermelon perfection."
Right.
Steve who's from Hawaii. I know Steve is from Hawaii. Shave ice.
That is what it's called. I always no, it's shaved because the ice is shaved, but it's called shave ice.
Oh, and
He's right, and it's
usually
delicious.
it's Hawaiian shave ice. So
shave ice.
Nice job.
That's a good call. How about Corey, who said berries and melon? That's one. Iced coffee, sitting on my swing, listening to the birds.
That's beautiful.
Corey.
That's
what a
nice.
visual too, man.
And then Laurel said going to a gourmet ice cream parlor.
Yep.
Yes, not your typical ice cream flavors. Yeah, they do those seasonal ones.
Right, that's a good one. Thank you, and still feel free to contribute on all of this
like
brought to
all
you
of
by
them.
us. Favorite summertime
Those
treats.
Are fun,
they were very good.
I love that.
All right, now we're going to talk about. You know what? I don't know if I want to talk about that or not. How are we doing on time? Let me look.
We're great on time.
We can skip this.
Why?
It's not that much. It's not great.
Okay, we're skipping. We'll say 1 in 10 parents have stolen from the office for their kids' school supplies. I have not done that, by the way.
Well, we should. First of all, a lot of people steal from the office. And usually it's like have you not ever taken a ream of printer paper from work?
No.
Oh, okay. Me neither. People take the paper clips or pens or.
I've taken
the
I've taken the occasional Sharpie, maybe.
Right. Okay. So there's a report out on how parents are willing to do whatever it takes to save money on back to school stuff.
Because it's expensive.
That's true. This seems a little bit excessive that 1 in 10 parents have admitted they steal stuff from work to give to their kids as school supplies.
And they didn't specify the kind of supplies they're taking.
Could be pens, markers, notebooks. Hopefully, what if it was laptops? Oh, backpacks, calculators, and tablets have been stolen.
No way.
You know what? That seems like stealing.
And 5% of parents said they're willing
stealing.
to. Yeah.
But tablets and, go ahead. 5% of parents
said they're willing to go dumpster diving if it helps save costs. That's where we are right now, though.
Yeah.
Everything is so expensive. And then if you don't have a job, like this is real. I'm not like, we're unemployed. When you don't have a job and have money coming in, like you've got to try to save where you can.
Absolutely.
Even though we shopped at Prime Day yesterday again.
So we're done with the one.
We're done with this, and I want to know what you bought yesterday because you bought stuff on. What was the first day? First day was Tuesday. You bought stuff on Tuesday, and so did I.
Like a Roomba and something else.
And then you shopped again yesterday, which I did too. My mom even called me. She's like, "Did you shop Prime?" I'm like, "Yes, I did, Mom."
Let me go look. I got to look at my shopping. You share what you got.
Okay, I think I shared yesterday. I got that pickleball net.
That's right.
I got more practical things yesterday. I went through some of the supplies that I usually use, like my Aveeno daily moisturizing body wash was on sale. I needed more wet and forget shower cleaner. So this stuff was on sale that doesn't normally, go on sale. So I bought some.
This is not very exciting.
What'd you buy?
I got some puppy treats.
Okay. I didn't know.
By the way, this is kind of well. It was late and I was tired getting ready for putting this show together, and I'm still like. It's almost like drunk buying. What do you call that? And
you got squirreled with the shop. That's funny.
So I did get you'll like this. I did get a step and repeat backdrop.
You did?
Yeah. Another one. I've got one for the company. Now I've got two.
Is it customized with?
No, I got the way to set it up, the frame.
Oh, the frame.
So you show up at an event and they've got their 8x10,
Oh, we should do that for our show and go on the road.
Okay.
Deal. All right.
And the only other thing was I got everybody gets the Ring camera.
Yeah.
I have one that doesn't work.
Oh.
It's been sitting out there looking threatening. It doesn't work at all. So I got a new I don't know what it's called. Not ring, but something else.
Okay.
That's not exciting in the least.
Okay.
All right.
There was some really good deals out there.
I hope you got some.
Yeah, I do too.
What celebrity could you never, ever hate? That was a question that was posted. I need some water. I'm starting to have...
Who could I never, ever hate? I want to know who's on the list. I want to see if I agree.
Okay.
Name some of them.
And again, this is, I think this is BuzzFeed. Got people to name the celebrities that no one could ever, ever make them hate.
I'm seeing the list now, like Michael J. Fox and Betty White.
Yep. But I think the interesting thing here is that's why we're so stunned when something comes along like Bill Cosby. And you're like, no way. America's dad, was capable of all this stuff. People, if you would have asked this 15, 20
Seriously,
years ago,
yeah, Bill Cosby would have talked.
They would have said Bill Cosby. So, but these, in no particular order, like you said, Michael J. Fox. Who can hate Michael J. Fox?
No one can. All right? You cannot.
Not just because of his, being, the great actor and Marty McFly, but also his battle with Parkinson's and everything.
Who's that? Who's Terry Crews? Do you know?
Yeah, Terry Crews is an actor. He's been in several of, just a big buff guy. Okay. I'll go on with some more of the list.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves. Nobody can hate Keanu Reeves.
Really? Yeah, that's an interesting
he's such
one.
A good dude. He's always giving money to people.
Is he really?
Yeah, well, but the thing is, he doesn't talk about that. That's why you don't know, because it's not.
Okay, I like it then.
Did you say Dolly Parton?
She tops the list.
Well, this is not in any
order.
order.
It isn't. Yeah, Dolly Parton? No, I didn't.
Some people that have passed.
Terry Crews. Yeah, he has a really great smile.
Yes. Chadwick Boseman is on the list. Rest in peace. Mr. Rogers.
Do I know who that is?
I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
You do from Black Panther.
Oh, he died?
Look it up.
You said Mr. Rogers already?
Robin Williams also passed away,
I'm just letting you say all the people. Ki Huey Kwan?
That's the one. I'm not sure who that is. I'm sure that you butchered the name.
I'm sure I
feel
did
badly
too.
not knowing one of these people. Brendan Fraser. Weird Al Yankovic. Apparently, I could see how people could hate that. I think he's a fun guy. I actually met him.
He might annoy people.
Back before I got in radio in 8th grade, he came by our junior high school. I remember why, but that was when he had done a parody. The first one thing was called "Another One Rides the Bus," which is a takeoff on the Queen song.
You know that guy. Look at.
You're right. Okay. Henry Winkler on this list. Julie Andrews, LeVar Burton, Betty White.
You can't hate Betty White.
I think Betty White is the least hateable person. If this was in order, she might have to be at the top. Jack Black, although...
I think that he annoys people.
Why? Because he's so Jack Blacky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal.
What, Pedro Pascal? I know he's the actor, and he was in Wonder Woman 1984, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Guy.
I don't know.
See, we don't do any show prep. And the stuff that we know, we don't remember.
Okay, well, anyway, that's the people that you can't hate.
We left off Christina Applegate, so that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
And you could think about that, but, I'd say that's a pretty solid list. I like Jack Black very much. I think he's very funny and also a good person.
Okay, this next topic is interesting because I came in, I'm like, we should talk about COVID because there's an outbreak again. And
right now it's surging. COVID, just in case you didn't know, surging again with cases in 26 states. They're saying their COVID cases are high or very high.
I'm having to cancel 2 events within less than a week because people have COVID.
Wow. Well, it is surging then.
It's surging for sure. And our president of the United States has it too.
That's true. President Biden has it. Remind me to grab some masks before I get in the plane.
Some what?
Masks.
Oh, yeah. You're going to want to wear them.
We haven't worn them in so long, And twice I've gotten COVID when on a plane, so I don't want to get it.
I'm highly annoyed that this is back in action because because these are people that I have not seen for a long time, and it took forever to get the events on the calendar.
Right.
And now we're having to try to reschedule them.
Shake a fist at COVID.
I'm so annoyed.
Well, they asked people who rarely get sick. It's like, I never get sick. Well, share your secrets. How do you manage to not get sick? What is the secret to not getting sick? Some of these are practical and good, and we all know them. Some of them, not so much.
Okay, well, here we're right on our way to sickness. Go to sleep early and get 9 hours of sleep every night. Well,
that's what that person does.
We can't
Wouldn't that be
check
nice?
that off.
Stay away from kids. That actually...
You can do that. I cannot.
Yeah. Stay active, drink plenty of water. Okay, that's you drink plenty of water and stay active is good for anything.
We're trying to play pickleball. Does that count as staying active?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially as hard as we play. We can.
But you play very hard.
Wash your hands constantly. Don't touch your face or rub your eyes. That was something we all found out, and I think and realized there's other people that have been doing this their whole life. When COVID first came out, that's when I realized how much I actually touch my face.
I touch my face a lot. If you watch this podcast, I'm always like, oh, I got something in my eye. Oh, I got an itch on my face. I'm always doing that.
Did you just say itch on my face?
Itch on my face.
One person says, I barely leave the house. That's not good.
Oh, come on.
That's no way to stay
I'm never
healthy.
doing that.
How about eat fruits and vegetables, avoid unhealthy stuff, especially fast food.
And those ultra-processed foods.
Right. Stop eating indoors at restaurants. We had no choice when COVID was bad. Wear a mask in crowded areas. I want to find some of the ones that are weird.
Take vitamin D supplements and vitamin C and zinc and fish oil.
Keep an optimistic attitude. You should never get sick.
I should never be sick.
Avoid stress. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So some of those were fun. Some of them were pretty common. The person who said add garlic and ginger to your diet.
Those are supposed to be really good for
like
you.
Healing.
Yeah.
If my wife was here,
she would agree with this and be able to tell us why.
She's already in San Diego. I'm going to go join her here later today. Others people suggested
a 30-minute walk every day. Curt, we need to be walking more.
Okay. Don't yell at me.
I am. I'm yelling at myself, really. I'm really yelling at myself.
How about this answer? Don't be lazy. That's probably the same as going for a 30-minute walk or stay active. Don't be lazy.
Okay.
All right. But being lazy is so much fun. How about the person who said, I work in construction and regularly put objects in my mouth that I have picked up from the floor?
That's their secret to not getting sick. That's germ exposure.
Did I read that wrong? I work in construction, regularly put objects in my mouth that I've picked up from the floor. Maybe that is the saying, like, you're supposed
building
to let
immunity. You're building immunity. That's what that is.
Remember way back when we had John Tesh on the radio at night? This is a long time ago. And my doctor friend was like, you can't do that stuff because, you're avoiding... he'd be like, do this and you won't get sick. Do this and you won't get sick. Ways to be healthier. And they're like, that's not healthier. You're avoiding getting sick, but you're not building up the immunity to these things.
That's what look at. Mm-hmm. There was actually a lot of stuff that type of stuff. People said they believe that they have a strong immune system because they embrace germs, even to the point of not washing their hands regularly on purpose. Okay, well, that's kind of gross if you've gone to the bathroom.
Here's something that I did you're going to think is gross, and I think it's funny. And I'm going to share this because this happened 2 days ago when we were at the Edgar Martinez golf outing, the 20th annual golf outing for MDA.
Okay.
And little miss, let's go to every hole and see what they have to drink. And I'm like, okay, well, I drove us here. I'm driving us home.
Yeah.
I'll behave.
That's very
Did you
responsible of you. Yes, I did.
The very last hole we went to. So we've stopped and we got this one. We had a beer there and a mixed drink here, and then you started saying, I want a shot of tequila there, and what's over here?
That was our last hole, wasn't it?
The last hole. So this is like 15 stops that we went to before this. I know how many there are in a golf is 18, but we didn't go to all of them. You said, what was it? It wasn't Tito's. It was some really good tequila. Patron. That's right. Okay. Shows you how little I know.
That was our last stop.
Right. So we got to do a shot. This is Jen. We're going to do a shot of Patron before we go.
Because I love shots. I love shots.
I'm like, I'm not doing. Yeah, you are. Come with me. So here's what happened. So she hands Jen, the little person running the booth, running the tent, hands Jen a tiny. It looks like the thing you get at the doctor. A little plastic cup.
A urine sample cup.
Pretty much. That's what it was.
No, it was not.
A little plastic cup, and she filled it a little more than halfway with the tequila. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking to the other guy, and I asked the girl, I said, give me one of those cups. And she gave it to me, and I dipped it into the water with the ice in it.
You didn't even take a shot, you dirty little liar, Curt Cruz.
You didn't notice that they were smiling and laughing?
No!
So I just took it. I'm thinking, okay, this is ice that is melted. This water is probably not the best thing to have, but I'm not going to do that stupid shot with Jen. So we did a toast. Me with my water, which you didn't know. I
killed all the germs with what I actually took.
Yeah, you probably did. So... I could have
just... Cruz, you liar.
I didn't lie.
You even said, I was all excited. I'm like, let's do a shot of tequila together and we will be done. And you're like, okay, I'm in.
The biggest thing is...
Liar.
You need to accept the fact that people can indeed say no to you.
I know.
It's true. So there you go. Now I just admitted something to everybody. And that the thing was, I'm like, I don't know what the hell's in this water that I'm drinking.
We got through this show pretty good, Curt. I feel like it went fast. what's the
We're
deal?
like 28, 29 minutes. So
wow. I love it. Time flies when you're having fun. Tomorrow is Fun Fact Friday.
Yes.
And we are going to fill your head with some fun knowledge that might come in useful. We don't know when, but it will at some point. Tomorrow. So we'll have a list of fun facts, including why do gallon milk jugs, those plastic gallon milk jugs, have those inverted circles on them?
Oh, they almost look like giant buttons that are pushed in, and sometimes they get pushed out.
Yeah.
I imagine when they're pushed out, the milk is not great.
I'm not going to tell you. You have to listen tomorrow.
I was just guessing.
And I realize that you could Google that answer right now, but don't do it. It will be way more fun and entertaining to listen to us tomorrow and find that out.
Fun Fact Friday, every Friday here with Curt and Jen. Thank you so much for listening and viewing. And, well, that's pretty much the two choices there, right?
Yeah, you can listen or view us on YouTube.
I will be remote tomorrow. We'll still have the show going on. I'll be in San Diego.
I know. I love that we still do it no matter what. We find a way.
Yes, it's going to be great. And by the way, the weather here and the weather in San Diego are about the same. So
warm? Is it still? Yeah. I didn't even look at the forecast coming up. It's warm? Good.
Yeah.
Except for you're in a very beautiful place, Curt.
It's true, a very beautiful
and doing
place.
Great things and doing good in the world. So thank you for doing that.
Happy to do it.
All right. Make good choices. Find that joy because it is around you and spread that kindness.